It is time for another edition of Money Wise. Every month, a staff member from Members Credit Union will join us to help answer your financial questions. Tonight, I'm joined by Andy Kemp, who's the CEO at Members. Andy, thanks so much for being here. Tonight, we're talking about retirement. And so it can be confusing, it can be overwhelming, but it is important. So let's start with the basics. If you're in your 20s or 30s, how important is it that those folks start thinking about retirement savings?
Starting in your 20s and 30s is very important. I, for one, did that myself. It's a hard thing to do. You're not even worried about it. You've got 40 years to think about it, 30, 40 years. And starting in your 20s and 30s helps with a couple things. One, you start learning how to save. You put it into your life. You're just used to putting them in there. Two, you get to use the compounding of the interest that comes on.
And how important is compounding interest? Explain that to us.
The compounding interest is really important. Compounding interest, the way that works, Mark, is every month I earn a little bit of money, interest on my money, and that goes onto the principal. And then I earn a little bit more interest on that money and a little bit more, so it compounds on itself. And when you start early, a little bit of money ends up growing very fast.
Okay, well, what if we didn't start early? If we're in our 40s or our 50s, and it's probably been on our radar, we've probably been thinking, oh, I should have done it, I should have done it. Is it too late to start?
It's not too late. We get that question a lot.
You do, yeah.
That is something that, quite honestly, a lot of people, they don't start thinking about until maybe the kids are starting to leave the house or the kids are in high school and they're getting closer and thinking about retirement. If you start in your 40s and 50s, not too late, but it's something that you need to focus on and be very diligent about and starting to save. We recommend that you work with a certified financial planner and have a plan that's set up for you to get that established.
You may have to be a little bit more in tune if you start a little bit later. You really it's got to be a little bit bigger priority. Should someone participate in their company's retirement plan?
Yes, that's the easiest way to save money.
Okay.
Many companies do a matching program, and you should take advantage of the matching program as much as you can. Some companies do 1%, some companies do all the way up to 6%. You should take as much advantage of it as you can. That is free money coming to you.
If we're in a situation where we can make a larger contribution to that plan than what our employer matches, should we go beyond that matching?
Yeah. You should put aside what is comfortable for you. Work with a certified financial planner, figure out what you want to attain at retirement, what age you want to retire, how much you want to have, and then work with that financial planner to find out how much to put aside. There are laws that go into how much you can put aside, so again, please work with a certified financial planner to establish a plan for yourself.
How much easier, from your perspective, how much easier is it when somebody comes in and they're 25 and they've got a lot of work ahead of them? How much easier is it than when somebody comes in at 55 and they don't have as much work time ahead of them?
It's so much easier. Just using a round number of 500,000 if somebody wants to have that in their pile. If you come in at 55, you have to save a lot of money on an annual basis to get up to that 500,000. If you start in your 20s, you don't have to put nearly as much aside.
So you may be able to retire a little earlier.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Andy, thanks so much. Andy's going to be back next month. He's going to talk to us about identity theft. Until then, thanks for being here, Kristen. Back to you.